Let's make some buttermilk. If you watched my channel my main channel, Ken Johnson, if you watched it for any length of time, you know that I love to do fermentations. And fermentation is a unique process that does a lot of stuff, and it gets overlooked a lot. I think it gets overlooked so much because we see there being an ick to fermentation rather than a benefit and a need to it. And so buttermilk is one of those things. If you're not from America, when I say buttermilk, I'm talking about a cultured milk product, and it has a lactobacillus bacteria, and actually it has normally about three different strains of lactobacillus in it at least. And so it is a fermented milk product. The reason why I'm interested in buttermilk is because it ferments out at a lower temperature than, say, yogurt or, say, sour cream or a whole host of other fermented dairy products. That means that I can make this at room temperature or in an oven with a light on, do it overnight, 12 hours, whatever, and have my buttermilk. And that means that when I do other projects that require some type of bacteria culture to ferment at room temperature, I can then use that buttermilk in those applications, like fermented sausage, which I'll be doing soon. So keep in mind, use this not only to make buttermilk, or if you're about to run low on buttermilk and you can't find it in a store, yeah, you can make your own buttermilk at home, but also realize this can be applied to other applications. The easiest and best way to actually get a buttermilk culture is just to go down and buy the smallest amount of buttermilk possible from the grocery store. This right here is more than enough to do what we need for today. The most important thing that we need to keep in mind here is that it must say that it is a cultured milk. That means it has the bacteria in it. First thing that you'll need to actually create the buttermilk besides the buttermilk is some whole milk, and it needs to be from a good, clean, sterile source. This was a brand new jug. I already pulled out what I need for this recipe in a glass, so that's an important note. I did pull out 2 cups of regular pasteurized milk. I poured it into a glass. I should have used a bigger jar for this, but I didn't. From there, you use 1 tablespoon of buttermilk and put into that. So we'll add that in. Like I said, we need a bigger jar. We'll lid this up right here. So make sure you got a good fitting lid. Shake it up. And then after we shake it up, then what you need to do is make sure that you kind of loosen up just a little bit, and that's to allow gases to escape. Step with this process, just leave the buttermilk in about an 80-degree environment. You can test it with a pH test strip if you wish. So all you do is you lay out the test strip, get you some type of dropper, spoon, whatever, and then you got that buttermilk right there. It's been set out for about 12 hours. No more than 24 hours what you need to set it out at. You can see how creamy it is, and just put on test strip. Testing with pH test strip is not necessary, but while you're at it, why don't you make yourself some nice buttermilk biscuits? I hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, so buttermilk, it has at least 3 different lactobacillus bacteria strains in at any given time. And those 3 lactobacillus, or actually sometimes more than that, they produce the lactic acid that makes buttermilk have that tang. And lactic acid is important because it, when you apply it to other applications, can kill bacteria. So you think of curing meats, all right? In a future episode, I'll be curing sausage, or I'll be making some cured sausage or cured meats, and there is a fermentation process. In the act of curing, you use curing salts, but if something is gram negative, that's a scientific term, just means that's resistant to the curing salts. Like say salmonella. Well, guess what? Lactic acid will kill salmonella. And so they have done study after study after study, and roughly about the concentration that fermentation with buttermilk cultures produces, you could kill salmonella in 24 hours, which is roughly about the fermentation process for sausage. This is the reason why I'm wanting to do this, that I think buttermilk gets overlooked. I think there's some aspects to buttermilk we need to think about, and unlike any other type of dairy product that you ferment, buttermilk, it ferments out at a lower temperature, meaning that I can take it, or anything that has the buttermilk cultures in it, put it in the oven with light on, roughly 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Leave it for 12 to 24 hours, and it will have a pH that's going to be about 4 to 4.5, below 5, which means that you can make something shelf stable. So it's a tremendous thing to understand. Know how to make it, keep those cultures alive, and then experiment with them. Use them in other applications. That's what we're going to do on this channel. I hope you found this video to be interesting, informative, entertaining. Please give it a like, comment down below what you think. How do you like your buttermilk? What do you use it for? I would love to hear that. And subscribe if you hadn't already, because we're trying to grow. We're trying to get up there, get monetized. If you came over from the main channel, thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. I've got another channel, Feather Paintings with Ken Johnson. Give that a try as well. I think you'll like it. And with that, I hope y'all have a great day, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.